Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of KYD Magazine's Fashion Essentials, Season 2. If you're new to our channel, we invite you to subscribe and press the notification bell so you would know every time a video drops. In Fashion Essentials, we introduce you to innovative and talented fashion creatives from around the Caribbean. In today's episode, we meet a young man who produces wearable art, Mr. Sheldon Warner of Sheldon Warner's Art with Attitude. And we get to meet a young man who was a runway model, now turned actor, Mr. Jumael James. Jumael James, and this is my KYD Magazine Fashion Essentials interview. Well, modeling is something that I always liked. I actually did some of it some time back, a good few years back, just little random here and there, band launching and stuff like that with some small bands. It was not something that I ever really took seriously because for various reasons. But back in 2019, after hearing a lot of people be like, senior, like you should be modeling or you should be taking modeling seriously. And I came across a model casting or model search by Coco Velvet, and I decided to participate in this model search. And and from there on, modeling sort of kicked off for me on a bigger scale than it was previously. When I started this model cast and I was enlisted on this model search drive that they had, I was put through a very compact model training, public speaking, learn how to walk catwalk properly, learn how to display products and clothing and stuff like that. Basically, basic things of being a model. We had a modeling competition that said after the modeling training and stuff like that, and I came on third place in this model casting. So having come in the top 3, I was able to get myself a contract with Coco Velvet International, and since then I've been represented by Coco Velvet International. Alright, so first thing I would tell someone who is actually interested in modeling is to do little things like research. There's a lot of videos and stuff with people who are actually models in the modeling industry, whether it be international and stuff, and they give you a lot of pointers on things that you need to do to help you as a model, help you with facial expressions, help you with things like your walk, your poses, and basically things to boost your confidence on how to present yourself on a catwalk or display in any garment as a model. So with modeling, I think modeling would have opened up other doors for me, as basically putting me more on the spotlight. I have been doing some photography and stuff with various photographers. One of them happened to be a photographer listed on the GT network, and I was just basically handpicked to participate in a short film. That short film went very well. It was something that was very exciting for me. Besides modeling, acting is something I always wanted to do as well. And besides the short film, I was then selected by another member of the GT Network committee to participate in one of the first ever all-black superhero comic films that they had, and yeah, that has been going so well, and it's good to know that you're actually breaking a lot of boundaries and doing first of its kind. One being an all-black cast and one being something from the Caribbean. To me, one thing as a model, you're always trying to stand out from everybody else. The modeling industry is something that's it's saturated one. There's a lot of models and there's also a lot of competition. So to me, one of the things that will always give you an extra boost is to try and stand out from the rest of the crowd. Having a great personality and being easy to deal with is also a good edge. One of my greatest achievements so far in the modeling industry would be probably making it onto the front magazine of KYD magazine, the 2020 October, I believe it was, edition. I can cook, but I do not like the kitchen for any reason. I don't like the kitchen at all. I tend to be very clumsy around the kitchen, so I would surely, if I'm cooking, I'm definitely going to get burned some way or the other, whether it be by oil or taking something out of the oven. But yes, to me, I consider myself a jack of all trades, and to me, once you put your mind to something, it's not hard to do. One of my things that I love to make, it might be seem like a big deal to anybody else, but I love making crepe, which is a French delicacy. It's almost like our equivalent to like doubles, so I like to make crepe and put any kind of filling in it, whether it be like sausages together with cheese. Yeah, that tastes good. Yeah. So guys, feel free to follow my journey as a model and actor, and look forward to the superhero show called Magnolia, and follow my character Basil Claw. It's going to be a great experience to see this local film, and this was my KYD magazine interview. Bye!
Sheldon, thank you so much for coming on this call with me.
Yeah, man.
So, introduce yourself to the people. Who is Sheldon Warner?
Okay, my name is Sheldon Martin Warner, and the brand is called SM Warner Art with Attitude. We specialize in hand-painted clothing, hand-painted tableware, hand-painted canvas, acrylics on canvas. So everything is about creating that one-of-a-kind piece. Everything is about creating a piece that is unique to the wearer and making them feel special, making them feel as though they could go out and feel confidence in who they are.
And everything is basically one of a kind. So you don't turn up at the party and you and somebody you don't know have on the same thing. And
Yeah.
then people like, who wore it best?
Yeah, correct. That would happen with someone. No, it wouldn't.
Great. So now, did you study fashion, or is that like a natural talent? How did this come about?
I did art. That's it. I did art at O-levels and A-levels at QRC. And from there, when I went on to study my bachelor's in economics, I just felt as though there was the need to have that balance and that equilibrium of the art in my life. And I just utilized what I learned from doing art at that level, and it was all about creativity and using the foundation and going ahead and creating garments. So the main issue for me is to hand paint, and now I incorporate the hand painting on clothing to get wearable art.
Oh, very good. And guys, it really is wearable art. What would you say would have been your greatest challenge thus far? And to kind of counteract that, what would be your greatest achievement thus far as a designer?
Greatest challenge. I would say the greatest challenge at times would be, so far, is simply trying to be self-motivated in the various stages of development in the business.
Right.
And as simple as it sounds, sometimes you just need to know how to move through a process, move through that artistic block.
I agree.
And just come out of it in the way you want to come out. Sometimes we need to not be too hard on ourselves in the sense of wanting to achieve something or wanting to be ahead of the game, which is all where we should be in order to be great businessmen and women like that. But yeah, it's just to move past and be trying to be self-motivated all the time.
Yeah, and as creators, we always want to have things a particular way. It has to be done this way. If it's not this way, we want to do it over. And a lot of times we run into that problem of time management.
Yeah.
And with that said, what would be your greatest achievement thus far?
Greatest achievement. How could I measure that one?
We know there are many, just
yeah, there are many, but I just think for me, the simple process of seeing someone coming into your space and coming to you for some garment, and you watch the person and they're not really about fashion, they're not really no fashionista and so on. And you could actually produce or create this garment for them, and seeing the person in your garment and seeing the change in how they feel and their self-worth and so on. Achieving that every time I can, it's just that warm inside feeling that you really feel as though you're doing this thing for a purpose.
Yes. I know that feeling as well. A lot of times, when you do something for clients, yes, you like to be paid. We love to be paid. But you like to see that level of appreciation and how what you have created for that person really gives them that self-confidence, and they feel really good about themselves and they're there and they're displaying, that is really good. If there's someone looking on and they want to become a designer, but people are saying things like no, go to school and do something better, don't even go to school and do fashion or anything like that because it's not sustainable, you'll be catching your, can't say that word, but you'll be catching your whatever. What would you say to that person to motivate them to continue to follow that dream or that desire or passion that they have for designing?
Especially in these times, I think that's a difficult one because you're watching at the whole fashion landscape in the world and seeing so many fashion houses closing and so on like that. And it's really, really a challenging period now. But I think each one of us, we come on this earth to fulfill a purpose. And if your love is for fashion, if your love is for art, if your love is to be creative, I think you would find a way. And you would find a way to make your brand stand out. So I would definitely say, live your life and live it to what you come to do. So I would say, go ahead and really push on and be creative and put yourself outside there. And do you?
Yeah, don't give up on yourself, because if you give up on yourself, well then, that's it. So this is the real question now. Brace yourself for this one. You ready?
Yeah.
Royal Castle or KFC?
Royal Castle.
Okay, Sheldon. So if persons want to follow you on social media, what are your social media handles? How can they get onto you?
Okay, then our website would be www.smwarner.com. The Facebook page will be SMWAWA, and our Instagram is smwarner Art Latitude.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And everything is right there on the screen, and we will also post it at the end of this episode. Sheldon, thank you so much for passing through, taking this call, and I know you're a busy man, you have things to get back to. Mind you, I was in True Value yesterday, true story, and I saw this tall guy and he was wearing one of your masks. And I'm watching, like, I look like one of Sheldon's masks. It's like, yeah. Because on one side it was black, and on the other side it had red and white, but it was a black mask.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, okay, cool, that's it. So again, thank you for joining us, buddy. All the best in your future endeavors, and we hope that we can see you back on this channel sooner than later.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Take care, buddy.
Okay, bye.
You can hang up now. And with that, guys, we've come to the end of another episode of KYD Magazine's Fashion Essentials Season 2. If you haven't subscribed to our channel as yet, be sure to subscribe and press the notification bell so you would know every time we drop another video. My name is Kirby Young, reminding you to always believe in yourself and never give up on your dreams. Enough love. Bye-bye.